Welcome friends to Scorching Canyon. In the orange color we have got our dwarf player Don Hyperion. And this is not a map we do very often at all. Scorching Canyon is actually not in the ranked map pool. But let's introduce the other person. This is Galactic, playing as the Orcs in the teal. Gonna be going with the Occultist, it looks like. And on the other side we've got the Warrior of the Depths popping out of the Godstone. Now, about Don Hyperion, he's very well known for his dwarves, plays in tournaments all the time, so you'll be seeing a lot of casts of him on especially the mutliplayer channel, but as well as on my personal channel he's been a regular. On the other side we've got Galactic, who is one of the top tournament players, usually ends up second place or first place. And yeah, he's a bit of a regular as well. Is known very well for his rushes. I can't say we've done a lot of orc games with him, so we'll have to see what his exact playstyle is like here. But I assume he's gonna have a liking for the wargs. But it's been a while since we've seen the Occultist as well, so I'm pretty happy to see that almost all the games are with the Goblin Warlock these days. A huge change from the previous meta. Is that hero is just pretty much omnipresent. Now, he's gone real wide on these skill points. He's actually even picked up Lacerate, which is not something you see very often. We've got Blood Sacrifice and Blood Confluence, so that's pretty standard. Very standard to have the Demonic Pact as well. And an early pickup on Nullify, so no Death Resilience, which would have kicked in already as he's lacking a little bit of health. He's gonna go down the stairs here, through the middle. And the special thing about this map really is that there's not a whole lot of sectors first off. Then there's some randomly placed cutthroats all over the place. And then down here is a third player, the Orc AI. This is really weird because some of their stuff is still using base game assets like these watchtowers. Actually, they're doing pure damage here, so it's really weird. Map was never really updated. But anyway, the Occultist is going to be walking across the map and no doubt will be targeting the Stonecutter area where the Warg has already done a little bit of work. So well done by Galactic there. Warrior of Depths has Inspiring Presence, Sweeping Strike, and his Stalwart Song has been unequipped actually. So hopefully that stays on if the Warrior of the Depths should die at some point. But yeah, for now, he's got himself his passive perk here, the Relentless Rage, as well as 1 point in Brute Force. So he'll be hitting pretty hard and is able to clean up the flag. And meanwhile, Galactic up here is also going after the other one. Got the Warrior of the Depths coming through, and we are looking at a bit of a flag fight situation up here. Occultist should be able to get it down. What is interesting though is he can actually place that flag because of the pull from Nullify, so that's very nicely done there. The Warrior of the Depths will have to take quite a bit of a beating here, but he also should be able to get rid of the clan standard with his higher attacks and the spins to win. But at some point the Warrior will have to leave as he's only got 3 potions left. Sorry, that's Galactic. Don Hyperion, yeah, he does have 3 potions. Ditto. So all is well. Galactic restarting the flag. Applies a bit of bleeding. I do wonder if he can get this up. This is gonna be not a very efficient fight, I would say, for the Occultist. But where is he gonna go, right? He could be going down here. There's a sector where my mouse cursor is. Can't actually see the map right now until everything gets revealed by the players. It looks like yet another flag reset. The Axe Wielder is going to try to join in. Gets a little bit of a shield, so that just makes sure that this clan standard will never ever come up. Galactic is just here to waste time at this point. The Dwarves don't need the sectors, so this is fantastic news for them. So long as Don Hyperion is good about spending his money. He's getting a hunting cabin here. He's gonna leave this one alone for now, although he could have probably used the rocks, but he can get that later, right? So first off, he's got the triple Stonecutter up here. Oh no, the Exfilter actually died to bleeding, I assume. So we've got 6 stonecutters at the moment for dwarves. The Warg Rider continues his work. And yeah, the Occultist has had enough. Not gonna go shopping just yet. And Galactic is also leaving alone the Cutthroats in the back as they are passive. There is an Ice Wyvern here in the middle. And the other creeps are not really creeps, these are just normal orc units, so they won't be giving off too much experience. The Occultist will be able to beat them though, I would say. Maybe not. Maybe Galactic wants to lose them. The Occultist, that is. And if he does... 1 HP, oh my god. If he does, he can remake him for free. Yeah, there's no way he can get through this. Gonna lose it there. Not gonna chug a potion for this. The flag won't go up. And meanwhile, Don Hyperion can go for a little bit of farming action over here. Eating up all of these cutthroats for some juicy XP. There is a stone hall almost ready to go now. And I assume the scouting post will be upgraded as well for Don Hyperion, but not yet. He actually wants to get the top one instead. And there's going to be another hunting cabin. There's no stone here yet once more. And there's no food available. So when you go this wide with dwarves, it just takes a while to get your unit count really rolling. Especially when you upgrade multiple bases at the same time. We're going to see a handful of Scoundrel for Galactic. And he's got his Risen Kalrak already. So tier 2 is achieved. And we're going to be looking at least a triple iron mine up here. Potentially quad. But Galactic is not in a rush right now. He has all this extra wood and food, which he can spend. And now going after those Ravagers, cleaning them up fairly easily. Man, this game looks good. Ravagers will be dropping dead easily enough. And the clan standard is now upgrading. It's another very valuable iron sector. It's just all about whether Galactic can keep up with the iron, really, or with the stone. Warrior of the Depths is still not level 3, and these units aren't really gonna offer him a lot of experience either. He's having to chug potions still, and beating up the Brute. Now these are actually the proper units from the current live PvP games, so the stats are correct. It's just these buildings that are not yet that. Brutes are going to be taking a beating here. Neither player at level 3, but then I think that's largely because Galactic didn't yet get these cutthroats in the back. Wonder how much further they will go, because the AI player seems to be sending some Goblin Scoundrel forward from the base game. Oh my god, their stats are so bad. They're so scrawny too. They're still present in the campaign in this format, by the way. Do you think the new Scoundrels look better? Let me know in the comments. Oh man, the Occultist once again gets away with essentially no health left. And I wonder if you can actually travel down there. Is there anything down there? Can you path there? There's stairs. Maybe there's a hidden box or something. That would be very campaigny. But at the moment I'm not seeing anything. So anyway, the Dwarves are fighting over here. Same style against the Ravager. And the Warrior of the Depths is actually gonna go down here, I'm afraid. Along with some of these units. Oh my goodness, the Ravagers are actually beating back the Dwarves. Who now have the frontier post up here. 3 more worker slots will be available. But I think Galactic has had enough, more or less. He has got enough Scoundrel to basically surround an outpost, so he might as well consider attacking at this point. Not gonna go after the creep, I'm afraid. That's gonna be much later. Warrior of the Depths has been remade, and there's a little bit of a sulfur pool. Very cool. Didn't actually notice that before. Yeah, this map is awesome. If not very competitive. Ooh. Ice Wyvern is gonna be freezing these boys, but nothing much there to punish. So with that, if Galactic is able to pull the Ice Wyvern any further, I really hope he's gonna trigger the leash at this point. That Wyvern should be going back to where he came from, but yeah, the leash is actually super long, so the fortified outpost will be helping out with like 200 damage per volley here. Oh, sorry, it's 100 damage. And looks like another huge ice freezing thing has gone through. So here comes the Warrior of the Depths, who's currently at level 3, by the way. So that's very nice for Don Hyperion. Let's quickly take a look at what's going on. He just put points into brute force and nothing else. He's got his base equipment still. Ditto for Galactic. We've seen the skills, and we've got a bunch of extra Warg Riders for him now. So, got a full surround on the Ice Wyvern. He's got Hunters now finally coming out. Those will be really changing up the situation, and they're also really useful against Dwarves in particular. Let's see what that bring was. It looks like resistance. And there's enough gold now for... excuse me, for Galactic to maybe get an armor. He could get the blue armor here, which is not as good as the purple one, but it's still something. Sure would help against the sentries. You do want to be careful with those. Oh, very nice spin to win from the Warrior of the Depths. This is going to be a hell of a choke point. What a mess over here. We've got the Dwarves are going to be pretty happy to push in through this. But if they're going to have to face Hunters, this is going to be a tough situation. So let's see what Galactic is training. Currently he's losing buildings for the most part, but more Hunters are coming out, it looks like. But he's in the middle of an upgrade cycle too. Not much iron available at this second. It looks like this fortified outpost might be in a little bit of trouble. Galactic is going to need potions, maybe the armor. Looks like he's just satisfied with potions, and I'd expect him to teleport right into the middle of this and maybe try to offset some of the damage here. At least a good pull could be done here, but he only gets one X-Wielder, I'm afraid, so that wasn't that good. But at least he pushed away the entirety of the army. Now, Don Hyperion here with the observation tower in the middle of the choke point. That is actually super nice. But I'm afraid it gets surrounded immediately. It's very far from the outpost. It will take a while for the workers to bring the stone. So the repair is not going to be underway until they do. And in that time, it really looks like this will get destroyed. That's an expensive loss for sure. Towers ain't cheap. They're also not all that effective. They really don't impact the game too heavily. But what they got done is Galactic lost a lot of goblins. He still has a massive economy, however. Don Hyperion is closely trailing in the population department. See if he can get himself an armor here. It looks like it's just 4 potions. That's 2k resources or gold. Good opportunity as well for Galactic to take down some of his cutthroats. And through the kills, by the way, he's gained a lot of XP. We're now at level 4. 2 points are waiting to be spent. He's got himself 2 brute force points, as well as 1 death resilience. He's reached level 5. Blood harvest is in, and we've got sanguine burst and bloodlight tar as well. So he's got the slowing, impairing aura around him, and sanguine burst is just a massive blood explosion in the middle of the enemy army if they're bleeding. He's also getting himself the watchtowers to help defend the fortified outpost, and brutes are getting added. The armies are going to be very much in favor of Galactic, even though Don Hyperion is now in tier 2 and got himself some stuff. Ooh, there's a big blood explosion, as you have seen. A lot of units are going down for Don Hyperion immediately, and this is the part where Orcs are really starting to shine. Hunters are just cleaning up units one at a time super easily, and even the Warrior of the Depths is starting to struggle with tanking that much DPS, but the army itself is still looking good. It's this Occultist that can still mess them up, however. Now, Galactic currently has, let's see, that is 11 Hunters. And I think the Warg Riders are not yet upgraded, so hopefully that will come in soon. Yep, he's queuing it up and he's only missing a single piece of iron. We'll have to re-establish this. It doesn't have a lot of sectors, but Orcs are still fairly comfortable in this scenario until the Dwarves really get going. So once the Dwarf bases are a little bit more upgraded, I think Don Hyperion will be in a fantastic position here. I love these watchtowers. He's upgrading them from the observation tower level, which gives it extra HP and extra damage. Dwarven towers have 2 upgrade levels actually, so very much different from the rest here.
Let's get this over with.
Let's get this over with. Well, there's another camp here in the middle. Both players really care for this, as this is where the tier 3 resources are. At the moment, Galactic actually doesn't have any, so going tier 3 for him is definitely on the bucket list, but he's not in a big rush to do so, as the Orc tier 2 is just fine. Dwarves kind of skip tier 2 usually, but Don Hyperion has been known to attempt things with fire golems. I'm curious if he'll do so again. Currently he's just upgrading Earthshapers and Sentries, so that should indicate to us that he's looking to rely on these infantry units still. No combat balloons and no fire golems just yet. Maybe he'll change his mind later. Well, there's some Wyverns protecting this area, but it looks like Galactic will super easily take this over, and with that, a lot of sectors will come. Could be getting rid of the AI player too, to be completely honest. There's just a normal Karak, but there are some War Trolls protecting this. For now, he can take over the scouting post here easily enough. The AI will occupy the watchtowers immediately. Oh god, it's gone. I get the feeling these are a little weaker than, oh yeah, just 1,000 health. Oh my god. Yeah, that has been heavily changed since. I think they should have... I think they have 3,000 health in the live game. So no wonder they got deleted like that. Anyway, we should be seeing a teleport here. And there is actually a fire golem, so tier 2 is not dead, says Don Hyperion, and we better believe it. In fact, he's so not done, he's getting combat balloons. He's teleported up as well. I really like that move, as now Galactic will be completely out of position, but within the ability to take out this stone pole easily enough. The Wargs should be upgraded now, but way more interesting are the combat balloons than that. Even though the Warg haven't been in the meta, we've been lacking the balloons for a longer time. So let's hope that Don Hyperion is actually committing to them. He's making more fire golems for now. Doesn't have a whole lot of population space or resources available right now, but it will come soon. He's going tier 3, so we're not gonna see triple production on the tier 2 units or anything like that. Would have loved it. Maybe next time. Capital is under attack, but I don't think the game ends here. Look, Don Hyperion has so much stuff. It's gonna be fine. In fact, he's shielding his entire army. Could be deploying the sentries, and with that they have a lot of burst damage. Okay, they're not gonna do that. Also, this sentry stance actually makes it so that anything they hit gets impaired. Ooh, that might be a kill on the hero, however, putting Galactic at level 6. The Occultist gets real powerful as you get to the later levels. But he does decrease himself in value as the game progresses as well. So once the real tier 3 stuff comes in from our Dwarf player, we're going to be in a pretty good position to handle the Orcs. It's just the Orcs currently have such a big map control advantage. I think that should count for something. Not to say that losing this base wasn't important or anything like that. This is mostly a hunter army now, so... Look, if Don Hyperion can arrange himself into a nice ranged focus army, he can pick off those hunters one by one. And they have some berserkers in front to tank. Once tier 3 is reached. I assume that is the plan at least. Usually it is. Alrighty, that is... Galactic has Zarek's champion level 2. That's what he did with his level 6. But now, sentries are deploying. Oh, they're not going to be getting the shot off on the hero, I'm afraid. And in fact, they're going to have to leg it back. But there is a Godstone, so it's fairly easy to connect for these dwarves here. Ooh, Don Hyperion gave a new order. He didn't let everybody go through. That's tough. That's tough. That's a tough cookie. So he's gonna have to use the stairs to get back up. Don't think you can go this way. It takes a lot. Oh, actually, you could use this bottom area to get up there, and maybe enter Galactic's main base through this. No, that's not possible. That would be crazy. Wait! You could totally do that. That's insane. Imagine sending one axe wielder through that and creating a tunnel in this spot. I think it might fit.
All right.
Yeah, I've got a very unreasonable love for this map. Just cool little paths. Oh god, the hero's dead. Zarek's champion just doing its work. It's hurting the hunters, but they're hurting the enemies back harder. Such a good skill. Yeah, as you can see, they're just dropping in their health. Galactic is relentlessly recasting it again and again, but 152 damage instead of 110, I would say that's worth the cast. Fortified outpost will be going down. Oh my goodness, he finishes up the border fortress in the absolute last possible second just to buy some extra moments. It does look to me like it should be possible to push away Galactic yet once more. Don Hyperion's army is looking real good right now. I say chase. How about this fire golem? Does it have the ability yet? No. Actually, Don Hyperion is having a bit of a charcoal shortage. With really not all that much being gathered. Although he swapped over to Jawburners. Let's see if we can do something with it. We've got a tunnel, but no exit just yet as far as I can see. Galactic's hero has been just killed as I was looking at the tunnel. Sorry about that. Didn't realize Don Hyperion was going to jump on it. But makes sense too. He's got the better army right this second. Takes out another base and should be able to chase even further. He's got himself to level 5 hero throughout this. And that means that he's got Disruptor, which applies stasis to an area nearby. That makes them unable to move, and they still take the damage. You also got Precision Stance on this hero, which is going to give him extra resists, more movement speed and attack speed. And we are on 4 Brute Force points, as well as Precision has been picked up. Gives him extra focus, and 1 focus with each attack. Galactic's hero is back up as well. Going shopping now. We've got level 7 for Galactic. That means Brute Force 4 has been unlocked. Would like to see more Death Resilience points later, as that typically does help a ton as well. And this is still a Risen Karak, so the Grand Karak is really far away. We've got 200 stone for Galactic, so that is something that he can definitely recycle into farms. He currently doesn't have those resources. He might be in a little bit of trouble, I have to say. Don Hyperion established himself in a really good position here. And we've got a bit of a counter-attack thing going on from the melee Warg Riders. They're melee in the base game, that's right. That's crazy. They're so much better as a ranged unit. Alright, Don Hyperion will be coming in. There's a lot of hunters, so honestly these axe wielders are just a bit of a meat shield. The hero gets picked off immediately, especially with that massive damage from the hunters and the occultist both. They're just great at this. I'm gonna have to run back home where Don Hyperion came from. It's got Berserkers now, slowly trickling in from a grand total of 5 stone halls. But he's still queuing axe wielders in front of them. There's gonna be pyromancers coming too, as he's now got access to that middle base. But those will be some nice splash damage, and the hunters are actually going to be weak to them with that negative magical resist. But as for this fight, it looked like the dwarves can kind of hold their own once again. The Occultist is getting super low. The Berserker is doing great with the tanking, but still, that is a lot of hunters, and that has to be respected. Don Hyperion is dropping in population, not quite able to finish off the Occultist. It's the worst feeling when he just gets to walk away with 200 health, knowing that you could get sniped if you just got one more volley in. But it's too risky to enter the fight with all those hunters around. Well, Hero's back. Maybe the pyromancers can make a difference. Now all these axe wielders are dead, so they can be replaced with better things. Just needs to take a second. Well, the Moon Silver is gonna last a while here. There's 450 plus available. Then there's still more here down in the middle, which Galactic won't be able to touch. He cares about the Black Ash, not the Moon Silver. So let's see if that ever happens. Yep, the upgrade is coming in for the Grand Karak. As for the upgrades on the Orcish units, we've got +2 attacks. So that's extra 10 here for the hunters. They've got 2 upgrades as well on the resistances. There's another one left in tier 3 for each. Okay, that Occultist should go down now. There's no way. Oh, come on, 76 health. It's so tilting. 39 health. Those fire golems really did their best, but they're not going to be able to finish anything off. And all these units are just going to heal up again in their own territory, even faster than normal. But this is the main sector of Galactic, so he does need to be a little bit careful. In fact, I think he's starting to get a little bit worried, looking for that counterattack. The dwarves are getting bigger and bigger. Border fortress is still not all done. There's one here now, which is where all the iron comes from. Actually, this is the bottom of the screen, so I have to rotate to show you. That's all the iron mines. Is that a helmet on the... Oh my god. Warrior of the Depths has a helmet, everybody. That's for some extra health regeneration. At least when he's out of combat. Won't be helping much against this mass of hunters though. They're going after the border fortress now. We're not going to see a teleport, as it's just right through the Godstone here. Pyromancers can certainly do some work. Hero gets pulled in, and I'm afraid that's going to be an instant snipe from all of those hunters. They won't be able to react to the teleport. But if they can just get the Occultist over here with the deployed sentries, oh my goodness, we're so close to seeing a hero kill. But they just shot everything else rather than the actual Occultist. Looks like the targets are the hunters for the most part. Occultist goes in, steals some health, doing some damage in the process, but does go down. Holy moly, the hunters are gonna have to kite back hard, as the berserkers are hastened here with a 34% boost from their war cry. And yet, they're gonna run away. Border Fortress is more than repaired enough to protect itself for a few moments at least against the hunters. So that's good. I'm a little bit surprised that he completely left, because these hunters are still a threat. What's going on up here? Is he going for some kind of counterattack? Or... Oh, he has got to deal with this too! Galactic pumped out a lot of brutes. That has to be respected, but I'm afraid the result here is going to be that in the end, Don Hyperion now loses both places. Well, let's hope at least he can take out some of these brutes, because if the orcs take over everything, this is just gonna be a very easy victory. At least they're getting a little bit threatened on this side, so what that would mean is that the hunters will need to reconnect with the main base through this godstone. That is pretty far away. Looks like Don Hyperion does not want to push it as the hero has popped out. Yeah, he wouldn't be able to handle the Occultist when he's at level 8. What's the picks? Oh, Galactic just went to a full brute force. He really does not want to deal with the enemy hero. This Sanguine Burst is doing 480 magic damage, so very understandable that he's choosing to do that. Now, Zarek Champion actually does not apply to the Occultist himself. That's just for the units around him. I say just, I mean, we're talking about hunters. That's some crazy damage still. Zarek Steel 3 is coming through. Fight for the Cal 2 is coming soon. Yeah, Bloodforge is in a super safe spot, so no one's gonna snipe this. Oh, I just did that. War Pit over here. Getting Wrath of the Horde, so we might see Shamans very soon. Now that we can gear up for the Black Ash collection, which is heavily underway. Looks like the Orcs are more interested in taking out the AI player, as that's gonna be two extra sectors, excuse me. Yeah. Totally worth going for it. It looks like the Dwarves, however, have had enough. They're gonna try the main snipe through the bottom path here, through the river. War Troll is gonna be a bit of an obstacle. There's two of them right now. Yeah, here they come. Oh, the reinforcing units have spotted this. So I wonder, is Galactic gonna still bother to take out this Karak? It's only 5,000 health, so it won't be sticking around for too long. This is still main game stats, so maybe 2 to 3 hits here from the units. Yeah, down it goes. And he'll be easily enough taking this over. Actually, the player has not been completely deleted, the AI player here. And now arriving to the Grand Karak are the Dwarves. I think the Orcs should just teleport back in. Oh, they've got a Godstone connection. Oh my goodness. And they've taken over both of these, so the outposts will take down the buildings just fine. And Galactic should be able to defend. Don Hyperion has to leave. There's no way he can break through all of those hunters without super elite units. He would need Mass Berserker with Pyromancer to make this happen. And he just doesn't have that right now. Maybe in the future. There's still 202 Moon Silver left. So you can pump out those Pyros for sure. This is looking like a pretty good attack as well. Working his way through the iron mines. And Galactic will have to walk up. There's a bunch of units that stayed behind to place a tunnel. I'm afraid the workers will see this, as they're hunting outside of the base. Doesn't look like the fire golems have been upgraded still. Oh, they have been upgraded, so they do have the throwing attacks, which will do siege damage. Now the Orcs are taking over this base yet again, but trading it with the Dwarves. Dwarves getting a lot of resources from these buildings for sure. At least the ones that cost stone, which is most of them really. Wood buildings, not so much. Okay, tunnel's done, but there's not much to send through it, I'm afraid. Dwarves are getting another population upgrade. That's the last one they will need. In fact, they probably don't need that, but it's better to get it than to not, because if you lose a base, you lose the population. If you have the population upgrade, that's permanent, available population. So it makes sense to me. The Berserkers, by the way, have their upgrade. They are now able to do magic damage, if it happens to be better against their target. Which it is against all of these. The Hunters, the Brutes. They're resisting strike damage pretty well. 40%, 15% on these guys. Whereas it's -10 on magic. So, yeah, huge difference there against that armor. Fire Golems might be able to make something happen in the main, but Galactic isn't having any of it. He's defending right there. He's ready to go. Don Hyperion is almost full population, however, so if he just pulls back and, you know, keeps working on one base at a time, there's still hope for him. Gotta say, the Pyromancer numbers are starting to look real good. He's just shielding all of them right now. Yeah, we should be seeing the Orc army starting to melt at least a little bit. Hunters in the back will need to be targeted. Warrior of the Depths is currently very heavily armored, as you guys can see. Went up to like 50, 65 armor from combat focus. That is actually incredible. Really good resistances. All the Pyromancers are still standing, and Hunters just cannot take this kind of splash damage punishment. But it does look like they can kind of fight this, so long as the Occultist is there to tank with the triple death resilience. He just... Oh, is he gonna die? Is he gonna die? I was gonna say he isn't, but maybe I'm wrong about this. 100 health with 75 magical resists. Ooh, man, actually, it is Don Hyperion yet again that will lose a hero. Galactic gets away at 36 health. Are you kidding me? That is insane. And yet another pickoff. Wow. Okay, that's... The big reset just happened. It's all about who can better repurpose the units. There are more tier 3 resources here. Oh my god, is that 900 black ash down here? Are you joking? Wow, Don Hyperion has got to be upset. So much tech possibilities here. I don't think Galactic will ever have iron problems in this game. Even though he just lost so much. Even the main base has iron left, so... Yeah, he's pretty much good to go. Almost remaxed already. Would love to see a handful of wargs just to maintain his ability to use these resources a little bit longer. Shamans would be nice to see at this point. As with all their upgrades, they're actually going to be really a lot better than Pyromancers are. But they're 0 resists. Look at these guys. 40% magical resist on the Shamans. That kind of wins out in this case. They have more damage as well. And you can combine them with the Oil Affliction. So if Galactic was to make totems, which I'd love to see, by the way. Totems would be great because they could put down oil. The Shamans can ignite that. You don't necessarily need to go for the Goblin Archers. Is that level 10? Oh my. Galactic, you've made it. You've got double concentration as well now. Very good. We got the triple fire golem sieging down this border fortress. No mercy. And that means Galactic has lost all the adjacent bases. There's a scouting post here, which isn't worth all that much. Ravagers are pretty speedy boys. They'll be able to pounce between these bases fairly easily with those numbers. I like that. Means that Galactic can split his army in half if he wants to. They hit pretty hard. They're not as good against buildings as brutes, but speed. Speed matters. Now, curious, is it going to be possible for Don Hyperion to hit this base? He's not got a lot of population, but it is something. If he teleports home, I think that's almost a certain loss. But Galactic can also teleport home to defend. He's going to take out the fortified outpost. Sieging has begun, but it's targeting the Bloodforge, not the actual capital, Grand Karak. The fire golems are actually not sieged up. They're still not sieged up. Don Hyperion ordered them to attack without moving them back far enough. And it looks to me like we have a defense here for Galactic. There's a really good amount of Shamans in the back. The Grand Karak is still at half HP. And we've got a full surround on the fire golems. They will not be able to escape the Ravagers. The Grand Karak is getting extremely low. However, is Don Hyperion going to have magically enough units? I don't think so. Galactic is looking real good here. And he's just made it happen. Only one golem left. And that's that. Don Hyperion is going to resign. And Galactic is our winner. I hope you guys enjoyed this cast. Do send me more replays as I've recently been lacking them, hence all the other games that I've been uploading. But I'd love to do some more SpellForce free, so please send me your replays. Very well done by Galactic here again. He still actively plays the game a lot, I know. So that's Don Hyperion and Lovatus, so maybe these guys will send me some replays. Let's see. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.